Good morning, this is Ms. Cummings. I'd like to introduce myself as your algebra teacher. So I am starting Unit 4. This is a unit of functions. Topic 4-1 goes over the coordinate plane, relations, domain, and range. The first thing is we're going to label this diagram. You can put your X here and your Y here. This is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis, and what they would like to do is label all the parts. First we're going to label quadrants. Quadrants are labeled in a counterclockwise position, with this being quadrant 1, this being quadrant 2. They do use Roman numerals. This being quadrant 3, and this being quadrant 4. They also would like you to know that this is the origin, this is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. You will be required to plot points and also to be able to tell which quadrant that point lies in. If it lies on the y-axis, then your answer is y-axis. If it lies on the x-axis, then it would be x-axis. Reviewing, plotting the following points and name the quadrant for each point. So remember that these are your x's and these are your y's. Along the x-axis, you would go 2 over, 1 down. That would be M. R is 0 over and 3.5 up. 1, 2, 3.5 up. And label that R. V is -3, 1, 2, 3 over and 0 up with V as your point. W is -0.5 over and 1 up, which is W. And X is 0 over and -2 down, which is X. You should be able to plot your points. You should also go from plotted points back to coordinate pairs. M is in quadrant 4. This is 4. R is on the y-axis. V is on the x-axis. W, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, so quadrant 2. And X is on the y-axis. Continuing on with notes, you need to have a definition of relation. And relation just is a set of ordered pairs. If I say it's a relationship, you know it's a set of ordered pairs. Relations can be expressed in 4 different ways. We can do it as graph, ordered pairs, a table, or mapping. I'm going to take this same information and I'm going to put it in all 4 ways. I'm going to put A, I'm going to start with ordered pair, -4, 1, B, -2, -2, C, -1, -5, D, 0, 1, E, 3, 2, F, 5, 6, and G is 6, -2. So then I can also have the same information put on a graph. -4, 1 is A. -2, -2 is B. -1, -5 is C. 0, 1 is D. 3, 2 is E. 5, 6 is F, and 6, -2 is G. This information is the same information. One is in a graph, one is in ordered pairs. I also can take this same information and put it in a table, and in the table it would be 6, -2, 5, 6, 3, 2, 0, 1, -1, -5, -2, -2, -4, 1. I could also map, and the conventional way is when you map is X are on your left and Y's are on your right. -4, -2, -1, 0, 3, 5, and 6. -5, -2, 1, 2, and 6. And -4 went to 1. -2 went to -2. -1 went to -5. 0 went to 1. 3 went to 2. 5 went to 6. And 6 went to -2. If duplicate values show up, you do not have to write the duplicate values along the bubble. We're going to do two different definitions. The definition of domain is the set of X values. Range is the set of Y values. Function, a relation, and remember that a relation is a set of ordered pairs, but ordered pairs can be a graph, and a graph can be a table, and a table can be mapping, but it is a relationship in which none of the X values repeat. Another way to say that are all X's are different. Moving on with notes. Got a couple more things to cover. This will say state the domain and range, then determine whether the relationship is a function. So just because you're inputting it in the computer, I'm going to go over some of that also. So this is called set notation, little squiggle. And then what I'm going to do is domain is I'm going to underline all of those. And I'm going to list them once. And I'm also going to list them from least to greatest. So these domain is all the X's. -1, 2, 3, and 6. And the computer, if you don't put spaces between any of it and put it in set notation, the computer will automatically grade it correct. I override every single question. Range is all the appropriate values of y. Here's a 4, a 5, a 5, and a 3. Put them in order from least to greatest. You do not have to put the 5 twice. It just says that y 5 can be y, and that's fine. Is it a function? I'm going to look again at all my x's. 2, 3, 6, -1. I never repeated myself, so that is a yes. Express the relationship shown as ordered pairs, then state the domain and range. Is it a function? Okay, so my ordered pairs are ordered pairs are 2, 12, 2, -3, 1, 5, 0 goes to 0, -1 goes to 5. Those are my ordered pairs. My domain, there are my x's, my range is my y's. Set notation, -1, 0, 1, and 2. My range are my y's, -3, 0, 5, 12. If you think of these as people and you think of these as places, just when you're doing whether it is a function, this guy is named 2. 2 is going to the cafeteria, and he's going to the gym at the exact same time. That is not allowed. This is not a function. So if you just have mapping, when one x goes to 2 different places at the exact same time, that's not possible. So that is not a function. I'm going to stop this video here, and I will start again on the next problem.